Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to break down Shopify versus BigCommerce and compare these two platforms for you. If you've been wondering which of these two e-commerce titans is best for your business, you've come to the right place. In this video, you're going to see a side-by-side comparison of Shopify versus BigCommerce. I'll be talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So by the time you're done with this video, you'll know exactly which one to choose for your business. Hey guys, my name is Shash Singh and we help e-commerce and infoproduct brands scale with YouTube advertising. So let's get right into this comparison. We're going to choose 8 key factors to decide which is the best for you between BigCommerce and Shopify. But before I begin, make sure to smash the like button so I can keep making more videos like this. Alright, so we're looking at 8 factors. These 8 factors are user experience, payment plans and costs, design and themes, transaction and credit card fees, payment methods, shipping, SEO, and marketing tools. So let's get right into it. So when it comes to ease of use and navigation, both are pretty good. However, many e-commerce brands that I've worked with prefer Shopify. Look, with Shopify, for example, if you're adding new products to your Shopify store, usually with Shopify, it's a faster process that requires less clicks than BigCommerce. That's just one example of how Shopify makes it super easy. So in this category, Shopify wins because usually with Shopify, things are super simple and super easy. While with BigCommerce, they're pretty easy. However, as I gave you with the example of adding a new product in, Shopify just allows you to do it in a few less clicks than BigCommerce. So let's talk about payment plans, right? Currently, BigCommerce has 3 payment plans that you can choose. There's the standard for $30 a month or $29.95, plus for $79.95, and Pro for $299.95. With BigCommerce, you can try the platform for a whole month without having to pay anything. However, BigCommerce will limit your sales based on your plan. So if you make more sales, then you have to upgrade. When it comes to Shopify, there are more options, right? There's the Lite for $9 a month. There's Basic for $29 a month. There's Shopify for $79 a month. There's Advanced for $299 a month. And then there's Shopify Plus, which is an enterprise solution. You have to get customized pricing for that. Unlike BigCommerce, Shopify won't limit your sales or traffic by plan, but your transaction and credit card fees will depend on the plan itself. So it's hard to choose a winner here because both platforms have their pros and cons and the pricing is reasonable for both. However, depending on the transaction fees, which we'll talk about in a second, it's kind of up to you, right? Depending on the volume your business does and the payment methods you prefer. So let's quickly talk about design and themes, right? First of all, Shopify has a lot of different themes and designs. That's one of the pros of Shopify. And they're all modern looking and stylish. However, only about a dozen are free, the rest you kind of have to pay for. Regardless, all their free themes, paid themes, all are responsive, all look amazing on any device. This is where BigCommerce really lacks. Out of all their free options, there's only 2 that are responsive and look good on any device. The rest of the themes look a little outdated, they're a little bit kind of just not that great. Now, obviously with BigCommerce, one of the pros is that you have a lot of customization if you know how to code. So if you know how to code, you can make a lot of changes. However, if you're not a super technical user, in my opinion, Shopify wins out here. Okay, so when it comes to payment methods for your customers, both offer a lot of options, including PayPal, Apple Pay, credit cards, although Shopify supports more types of credit cards than BigCommerce. So Shopify supports something like 80, while BigCommerce supports 19 options. And there's also Amazon Pay, there's Stripe for both platforms and others. So in this case, they're both tied, right? Like they both offer a ton of different payment methods for customers to pay with. However, there is, as I mentioned before, a big difference in credit card transaction fees and basically payment transaction fees on these platforms. So let's talk about that really quickly. With Shopify, unless you use Shopify payments as your payment method, payment processor, you have to pay anywhere from 2% to 0.5% depending on the plan you're on top of whatever fee your other payment processor will charge. So that's pretty expensive. While with WooCommerce, it's 0% for, let's say you decide to use another payment processor, and that's only 0%. And then obviously, you know, the payment processor fees, which is usually around 2.9% plus 30 cents. But with Shopify, you have that 2.9% plus 30 cents if you, let's say, decide to use just, you know, another, let's say you use Stripe directly instead of using Shopify payments, then you're paying the Stripe fee and then you're paying like anywhere anywhere from 0.5% to 2% depending on the plan. So it could end up being almost 5% with Shopify. Now, obviously, BigCommerce wins here because you have more flexibility to use other payment providers without getting hit with big transaction fees. Now, when it comes to credit card fees, even if you use Shopify payments, you're essentially going to end up paying almost 3%. Same with BigCommerce, whatever option you use, you're gonna end up paying around that ballpark. So same with BigCommerce, no matter what plan you use, you're gonna end up paying roughly almost 3%, right? As you get higher volume, you can get down to lower to 2%, but 2 to 3% is basically your transaction fee on basically people purchasing from you online. The big difference is Shopify does tack on an extra charge if you're not using their payment processor, which in my opinion makes BigCommerce the winner in this department. So let's talk about marketing tools, which are essential to grow your business. So this includes things like email marketing, landing pages, etc. So I'm going to share which platform does a better job in that regard. But before I do, make sure to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button so I can keep making more videos for you. When it comes to marketing tools, your two best friends are social media integrations as well as email marketing integrations, right? So both platforms make it really easy for you to sell on both Facebook and Instagram. Both also have email marketing integrations natively, so you have abandoned cart sequences available in both platforms. But it's worth mentioning that you only get the abandoned cart series in BigCommerce if you're on their most expensive $300 a month plan. So at that point, it's a big expense for newer brands, and it is essential. Now, obviously, you can set up something like Klaviyo, so you can basically get that. Regardless, I suggest using Klaviyo instead of going through the platform itself, because Klaviyo just does an amazing job with abandoned email sequences. However, in both cases, you got a lot of integrations for selling on social media, selling on email. Both platforms integrate with Klaviyo, which is great. So yeah, I would say both platforms are neck and neck here as well. Now let's talk about SEO. So both Shopify and BigCommerce offer an option to start a blog. So that's really great for SEO because content is what helps you rank. Now, obviously, both platforms also have a lot of integrations to help with SEO. So if you're a team member or you know a bit about SEO, both platforms can kind of work. Obviously, you do need the SEO technical knowledge. The platform itself doesn't make that much of a difference. And in both cases, you can do well with search engine optimization. So both will do great here as long as you know what you're doing. If anything, BigCommerce might have a slight advantage, as my friends who are SEO experts typically say that BigCommerce, they prefer it, but for a layperson, I think both are pretty neck and neck. So let's talk about shipping. Both platforms offer you a variety of shipping options and rules, such as free shipping, price-based shipping, flat rate, weight-based rate, and real-time calculated rate from third-party sites, and real-time calculated rates from third-party carriers. But to access a real-time calculation via third-party carriers, you have to pay for the most expensive plan with Shopify, which is $2.99 a month, while BigCommerce offers you this in pretty much any plan. So in this case, I'll give BigCommerce the win here because if you're a startup, small e-commerce brand, I think BigCommerce will help you out with the shipping side more. If you're a bigger brand, obviously, you're gonna get the advanced plan anyway, so both are fine. So now you know the biggest differences between Shopify and BigCommerce. Honestly, they're both pretty neck to neck. I would definitely say that Shopify is a more popular platform, and it is definitely a little bit more newbie friendly, while BigCommerce is really a platform that really provides amazing transaction rates. And because of that, BigCommerce might win out for some larger e-commerce brands that are looking to really optimize efficiency in terms of their transaction fees. However, overall, I like Shopify. Very user-friendly, very easy to use. If you have a smaller store, honestly, I would recommend Shopify because they're just, so easy to get things set up and just integrate with virtually anything. However, BigCommerce is a great platform as well, so you can't really go wrong with either. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. And if you like this video, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, we'll keep making more videos. Cheers.